talking about is LinkedIn, which is just, it's another one of those social networking tools, right? I'm sure you guys have all heard of LinkedIn. Hopefully a number of you have some accounts on LinkedIn, and maybe that's where it's ended. Boop. Now, quick question, quick show of hands. Who's on Facebook? Woo! All right. You know, I have a 14-year-old daughter. It turns out Facebook, it's so last year, guys. It's, well, Pinterest. Thank you very much. And then there's another one.
Tumblr.
What is it?
Tumblr.
Tumblr's old. Tumblr's old. Although, I'm suspicious because she's doing something. There's something like, it's almost like Instagram or something. Does that make any sense? That seems to be the hot one. You're like, oh, I'm not on the Facebook anymore, Dad. What the heck? So these are growing up like weeds, but here's the scoop. So we're going to be talking about Facebook. Now, what's interesting is Facebook is almost, we're going to be talking about LinkedIn. LinkedIn is almost like Facebook for adults. Okay? There's no games, there's no Mafia Wars, there's no Fishville, there's no Farmville, there's nothing like that. And it's actually fairly boring, unless you want to connect with somebody who has a job. And that person who has a job has something that you're interested in. Either A, you wanted to sell something to them, okay, which is so a lot of salespeople use it, or perchance you wanted to get a job. So what are you guys going to do over the summer? Have we got plans for the summer? Take take classes. Sorry about that. Then we a job. Okay, so we have some jobs. This is very good stuff. How did you find your job? Dad said, here's what you're going to do. No, okay, all right, that's good.
I got mine through brother in our fraternity.
Excellent, fabulous. So through a contact, right? I saw a couple over here. How did you get your job?
Networking.
Networking. What does that actually mean?
Actually, one of
died.
my jobs.
Okay.
Somebody, my coworker, referred me to my other job.
Chunk, chunk, and then they. Cool. And was there another hand here? Was there? Good, right back there. How did you get your job?
I was an undergraduate researcher, and now I'm a graduate.
So you're working for the university over the summer, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, all right, so it's a continuation of what you had. Well, that's cool. So would anybody else like to have a job over the summer? That'd be sort of good. And remember, you know, even if you're a student, you know, someday you won't be a student, right? So you'd like to build up that resume, right? You'd like to have something on it outside of, hey, I got a degree, because there's 1,000 other people out there who have degrees, right? So when it comes time for you to go looking for a job, you'd like to be special. I mean, your mom knows you're special, right? That's really important. But you'd like somebody who might have a job to think that you're special. Cool, all right. And if you're a senior, maybe you're a little bit more desperate, okay? So we'll talk about how you can use LinkedIn to find like a summer job or to find a for real job or what have you, okay? So it all applies. So no matter where you are in school, what we're going to be talking about tonight, it has something. Okay? That's not like a fair way, you know, we'll spend a little bit of time. That's not like something you can get out of this. A reasonable way to spend some time. Now, I love it when I can just show you a bunch of slides. Click, 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 I go through it and I talk and that, boop. There's very little risk in that for me. I've done it 1,000 times. Unfortunately, tonight we're going to try something a little bit more dangerous. Mr. Diamante here has a LinkedIn account, and he's done exactly what I wanted him to do. Nothing with his LinkedIn account. So he set it up. And then he said, well, great, I got a LinkedIn account. And he went off and he spent his time probably on Facebook. I would suspect, okay? So tonight, while you're sitting here, we're going to transform his LinkedIn account from the pathetic to the powerful. Does that sound like a good idea? Would you like to see that happen before your very eyes? Because everything we do to his, you can do yours. So let me ask you a quick question. Show of hands, who has a LinkedIn account? All right, so I'm seeing a fair enough. Have you done anything with it, or did you just get the LinkedIn? So it sort of said, cool. All right, so you'll sort of be in the same situation as him, which is cool. Everything we do tonight, you can do yourself. Sound like a good deal? Mm-hmm. All right, cool. So let's see what we got here. Who am I? I'm Dr. Jimmy Anderson. I have my own consulting company. It's a small firm, very small. It's me. But I use LinkedIn to make my company look a lot bigger. Hey, remember, you know, on the, what is it? On the internet, nobody knows you're a dog. Is the phrase? Okay. And I've spent about 4 years using LinkedIn. So I've been there, done a whole bunch of stuff. It's been very, very successful for me. I've made a lot of contacts and stuff like that. I'm going to share those 4 years of experience with you. You don't have to listen to me. You could spend 4 years discovering everything that I've learned, okay? But you'd be 4 years older, just as smart as I am right now, so that would be sort of long. Lousy thing to do. 6.25 seconds. It's not a lot of time, is it? 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5,000, 6, 1,000, that's it. That's how long a recruiter spends taking a look at your resume. Boom. Okay? If you think about how long you spent making that resume, it should break your heart. Because I fit it all in there, and I got the font just right, and they're spending 6 seconds reading it? Really? What are they looking at? They look at your name, they look at what you're doing right now, which might be in school. They take a look at what you used to do. They take a look at the dates for how long you used to do what you used to do. They take a look at the dates for how long, for what you're doing right now. And the last thing they take a look at is where you win, your education. Poof, that's it. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to match you up to any openings they have. 6.25 seconds. So if you want to get a job, and if you send out your resume, put it through the mail, or if you send it out through emails, actually these days when you send it out through emails, do you think they're going to read your resume? What do? They feed it into a what? A computer program, right? And what does it do? It's looking for keywords, right? And either you make it through that first gate, or you don't make it through the first gate, and then it's all over, right? This finding a job is sort of a pain in the butt. It's like a whole job that you have to go through to find a job. Does USF provide any classes on how to find a job? Lousiest technical school in the world. What? Oh, I guess it's not a technical school, is it? It's a university. It costs a lot more. All right. So, when it comes time for you to find a job, either for the summer or for real, how are you going to go about doing it? Fraternity brothers, fantastic. I think that's a great way to do it. There's just not enough of them, though. Is there? I mean, all right. So one possibility is USF Career Center. Fantastic. I don't know if you guys, has anybody been there? All right. It's a resource. By the way, it's a resource you pay for. Whether or not you're aware of it or not, you're paying for it. It's there. You should at least check it out. See what they can offer. Generally, they do an excellent job. They are sort of the gateway that companies go through when they want to come to the university and recruit people. Right? So you talk with them, see when companies are coming, sign up for interviews, all that sort of stuff like that. Use it. It's a resource for you. Okay? Newspaper, we laugh a little. Oh, newspapers are going away, but I got newspapers. When you're looking for a job, you're going to be whipping up the newspaper, looking in the help wanted section. We all do it. It's okay. It's cool. Or else you go online, to the newspaper online, and you look in the job posting section. What's available in Tampa? What can I get here for what I'm looking for? You're going to be sort of disappointed. More often than not, you're not really going to find anything that matches up with what your skill set is. That's not really what we find in paper. You guys are familiar with Monster.com? They spend $1 billion on like Super Bowl ads. I hope you're familiar with it. And of course, their kissing cousin, which is CareerBuilder.com. Those are sort of the two really monstrous, huge job websites. Now, there's another one for IT. What's the other one called? Dice, very good, exactly. And that's very specific to IT, right? What's interesting is Dice is really more for IT technicians, right? A database administrator or a programmer. So it's good, but maybe not so good if you've got a 4-year college degree and if you want to go on and have a big career, right? Great if you're a high school kid, or great if you've got just a little technical degree or something like that, right? All right, and then there's LinkedIn. Okay, well that's what we're going to be talking about. LinkedIn is really your biggest asset when it comes time to go looking for a job. Okay? That's what we're going to talk about. Okay, here we go. So this is Mr. DiMonte's profile. Let's take a look at, so we're at home. We'll go take a look at his profile. We'll say edit profile. Let's see what he's done. He's done nothing! I can't quite figure out why that is. All right. So he needs help. Can we help him out here? Is that something? All right, so let's see. Very first thing, and actually one of the most important things to do is to add a photo. Okay? And the reason is all of a sudden you become more real. If you don't put a photo, I'm a little, I don't know if you're real. You know, if I got a job, I'm not sure if I really want to talk to you if I can't see you. Okay? So let's take care of that. We'll take care of that right up there.
It's weird, this is in English, but the other part is in Spanish.
That is our Spanish. I thought of that. I want to caution you about the photo. Okay, it's going to be a little startling. Just make sure you're sitting there. I think Mr. DiMonte took the photo a while ago. So there's been some rather dramatic
This
changes.
is the only one I have with Sue.
Lumberjack in a suit.
I mean, I'm sure a little bit more of the suits.
We got the time. We got the time.
Looks like your beard is wearing the suit.